Hey, this is Multiverse Live. Back at you. It is what is it? April 5th. Weather's starting to warm up a little bit, but it was rainy today in Philadelphia. We got the three amigos tonight. Got Mike. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great, just great. Y'all got rain. We had a nice, pretty day. I think it's almost 90 degrees down here today. Sunny.
Mm. I envy that, but I like the rain, so I didn't really have any issues with the weather. I'm always the oddball when people mention rain, and I get excited. Like, oh, it's nice napping weather.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we have Terrence. Terrence, I feel like you haven't been with us in a couple of weeks, right? You
Nah, it's been
out?
a while.
Okay, yeah. Real life superhero, Mike. Terrence, excuse me, back in the house. How are you, sir?
I cannot complain. Been working, working hard. Bought the wife a brand new car.
Oh,
So
whoa.
just maintaining, keeping everything moving. So we're holding up.
Well, I don't know if you listened to the last episode, but Mike came on with a very nice shirt that
I heard.
salmon peach, very it was very bright, and he was in a really good mood last week. It was him and Jay, so it
I
was a
had a
good
drink last
Saturday.
week. I had went to Applebee's. I had a little drink.
Okay, so we get more stories. So that was the Applebee shirt that we
Yeah,
saw
you know,
last. Okay,
it's my
okay.
work shirt. But,
Applebee's still got the 2 for $20.
they keep that. They just change the items, but they keep that. They
Yeah,
don't do this without that.
my wife hates Applebee's. I don't know why. She just hates things sometimes. Like, why do you hate Applebee's?
They safe at least. They're consistent. And you ain't gotta
That they are not too high, not too low. Give me that. Like me, my dad, my brother used to go. I used to get like what was it? Like chicken fingers and fries and bets. It was some kind of deal they had back then. That was a while ago, though. But they maintain while the Chili's and all those other restaurants fall. You can count on Applebee's. You can count on Applebee's. All right, so we just got a couple of things for tonight. Uh, let's talk about some news first. Recently, the next Transformers movie will be that much anticipated crossover with GI Joe. Now, Transformers is just coming off the. I was about to say Beast Wars. What was the name of that last movie that they had with the
Transformers 1, the animated one?
no, the last live action movie that they had.
Rise of the Beast.
Yes, right. So they're coming off of that, and GI Joe was teased through that. How do we feel about GI Joe coming in to the next entering the franchise with Transformers? I know this will ruin Jay's Fast and Furious Transformer idea, which it's a great idea. But what do you guys feel about GI Joe coming into Transformers? Is that good, bad, or are you waiting to see how this rolls?
Go ahead, Jay.
I'll let you go, Mike.
What he say? I can't hear.
He said he
I'll let
threw
you
it
go.
back to you. Yeah, he threw it back to you.
I'm not excited about it, but not because I have a beef with it. I've just never been a big GI Joe fan. I'm not one '80s kid that ain't never really gave a damn about Joes. I don't have any GI Joes in my collection. I don't have. I think the only thing I really liked Joe was the GI Joe movie with the Cobra Lie people. So I've never been a big Joe person. So I'm not again. I'm not excited. But I'm not really against it either. It's just it come and come. We'll see how I do.
Okay.
Yeah, not liking it. They haven't made a good live action GI Joe movie yet.
That was my
And
concern.
Transformers is just starting to get back on track again. So I feel like they're basically using Transformers to prop up GI Joe. How about let GI Joe establish itself first before you try and use Transformers to prop them up.
What you said, Terrence, is where I am with it. Like G.I. Joe has not made a good
See, I haven't seen any
movie,
movies.
and that's why. Like there's no buzz with those. I think they had Marlon Wayans. They had what's Gambit? What's his name? Channing Tatum. Bruce Willis was in those movies. The Rock. They tried, and like it didn't manifest into what it should have been. You would think it would be easy. You know, you're just dealing with humans and vehicles and them fighting terrorists with Cobra. That was my concern. Transformers is trying to get on track with their movies, and then they're going to have to work G.I. Joe into the mix now. I did like
Snake Eyes movies a couple years ago that nobody remembers.
Did he have one or two Snake? Was it one or two Snake Eyes movies?
It was one. It was just the one, and that was so bad that nobody remembers it. It was terrible.
Forgot about the spinoff.
I remember going out, like I said, I never seen any of Joe live action. So
they just don't register with anybody because they don't look any different. They just look. I don't know. I know. I've heard some people actually like the first one, but that's it. I think they, if I'm remembering correctly, most of the people from the first one were killed off or something. It was something weird, and The Rock got involved. Even The Rock was involved, tried to carry that franchise, and he walked away. They had some people involved with these movies that just didn't turn into dollar signs. But they're going to try again. Like I don't know. Probably should have looked at the reasons or brought somebody on who has watched these movies. But that's the thing. I don't know a lot of people that have seen these movies. Like the Transformer movies can be hot and cold, but people watch those. You know what I mean? They kept making them because we kept going out to watch them. But G.I. Joe just never got to that point where it's a bad movie or okay movie or average movie that's making money. It was just a bad movie that was making no money. Just remember Marlon Wayans in the first trailer. That's the only thing. And he's like, whoa, like he said, all this excitement. It's just, that's all I remember. I just remember the names that were involved, and it just never turned into anything. So we're cautiously optimistic about this one. Is that what I'm hearing?
We can go with that. I don't have a dog in this hunt, so whatever we all go with, I'm with.
You want to know what? I don't know who owns this, what toy company, what company had this, but what's taking so long with the Mask live action movie? Like why? Like you guys remember the child of Transformers and G.I. Joe was Mask, and it's a good show from what I remember. Seems pretty simple, but just nothing. I don't remember anything since the cartoons in the 80s. Like nothing, no reboots. I don't know if there was any comics out or anything, but that's one franchise I would have liked to have seen given another shot.
Yeah,
I remember Mask. I remember they fought a group called Venom or something.
Yep.
And the main one I remember is the car with the wings.
Yep.
Yeah, so I remember Matt Tracker in the car with the wings. I would have to delve deeper into that lore because I don't remember the cartoon that well. I just remember having the car, and I remember the dude being named Matt Tracker. I don't know how well that adapts into live action because I just don't remember it that well. Like if it's not, I don't know if you can adapt the cheese factor into live action enough to make it hold up.
I got you.
But maybe somebody can make it work. I just don't remember it that well. Beyond, I remember I had a Mask lunchbox that came with a thermos. That's as much as I remember it in the theme song.
Yeah, they had a great intro song. I think everybody remembers the name of the car. I remember the trailer, the tractor trailer truck,
trailer.
Rhino,
Trailer, right.
The Jeep, that the motorcycle. Like I can, if you like some of those vehicles, I used to know the names of it. I used to love that cartoon. I had a couple of those toys back in the day, and they were quality toys. But my brother had the car. I don't remember which one I had actually. I don't know. It's just one of those things that just kind of disappeared with the 80s. Just like what's the other one that I always Visionaries? Did you guys watch Visionaries?
Yes, I watch Visionary. They have a Visionary unopened on the wall right now.
Okay.
Tarzan, he's unopened. I bought him from a buddy of mine.
I love that cartoon and the whole concept with that. And just some cartoons just never left the 80s, were given a chance. And, maybe an adult spin on that cartoon might be in order. Who knows? Not even a video game. Nothing.
I wouldn't mind seeing. I don't know if you remember Centurions. It was a power.
I remember Centurions. Yeah. Those were some big toys.
Man,
the toys were they were like
8 inches. They were a pretty good sized toy. They were average 3 1/4. They were pretty good size.
Yep, that was another good one. Tell you, man, those cartoon / toy commercials were top notch, man. Yeah. Yeah, I do miss those days. So we did have some information on the Switch too, and Terrence is going to give us a little information on that now. Sir, take it away.
Yeah, so April 2nd, Nintendo finally had their big Switch reveal, and people were pretty happy about it until they got to the price reveal. And it wasn't really even so much the price reveal of the console. So the reveal of the price of the console was for $449, basically $450. So it wasn't even that so much that freaked people out, but it was when people started seeing the price of the games. So Sony has gotten us used to $70 games, $69.99. And that's just what we've gotten used to this generation. And, with the bump up in, graphics, 4K and locked 60 frames per second, it's just what they've gotten us used to. But now, getting a Mario Kart game, and it looks good. There's a lot of different cool modes, but now they're asking for $80, $79.99. People lost their minds. And when Nintendo had their next event the next day, they call the Treehouse, where for like 3 or 4 hours they show you extended gameplay, show you all the different modes, a lot of different games. People were spamming in the comments, drop the price, drop the price, drop the price. And I don't think Nintendo was expecting this reaction, because you've got huge games that Sony and Microsoft develop that cost more or just as much as movies that Marvel puts out. I think Spider-Man 2 cost somewhere around $300 million to develop, and that they charge $69.99 for that. Mario Kart World, it looks like a fun game. It does not look like it costs as much as like Avengers Endgame, and they're asking $80. Now there's a bundle. The bundle, like I said, the system is $450, and the game by itself is $79.99. But the bundle is $499 and comes with Mario Kart World, so that's a savings of $30. So, that's all good and well, but people were still losing their minds. And I get it, asking people to come out $80 for a game that doesn't look like a next generation game. It looks like a PlayStation 4 game. It's a big ask. Now, Nintendo, they haven't been forthcoming with a lot of information. They've basically just been saying, shut up, and look at the games. It's like they're, it's like a magic trick. It's like, just look over here. Don't look at what the other hand is doing. Just look at what this hand is doing. It's like, so we'll show you the games with this hand. Don't look over here with the sign that has the price. Just look over here. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get it. And now they've announced that they are withholding pre-orders. They were supposed to start the pre-orders on April 9th. Now, in the U.S., they are withholding pre-orders. They're pushing them back to a unknown date because of the tariffs. So we don't know what the hell is happening there. In other countries, they've already started the pre-orders. I think the UK, they sold out their pre-orders. We don't know what the hell is happening here because Orange Man decided to do what the hell he's going to do. Just like he's put tariffs on a island that's only inhabited by penguins, so we don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, the system, I think, in handheld mode, it's got a 1080p screen and can run games up to 60 frames per second. In dock mode, it can run games up to 4K and 120 frames per second. So some of the games they showed off, obviously, were Mario Kart World. There's a new Donkey Kong game called Donkey Kong Bonanza. Also, they showed off Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously, that's an older game, but it runs. I think they're saying it runs better than it does on Steam Deck. So for the specs that the Switch has, that's pretty good. They also showed off Street Fighter 6. They were saying that runs better than. People were saying it runs better than it does on Steam Deck. Because you got to remember, the Steam Deck, games aren't made specifically to run on the Steam Deck. Games are made to run on Steam. So it's not specifically optimized for the Steam Deck. It's like, hey, it might run well on the Steam Deck. It might not. But it's not made specifically to run on that system. It just might run. It might not. But the games that are being made for the Switch, they're being made and optimized to run specifically for the Switch. So, what were some other games they had? I can't remember all the other games they had right now. But other games that they announced were whatever Madden and whatever FIFA game are coming out this year. It's not actually FIFA anymore because they lost the license to FIFA, but whatever they call their soccer game now, they're getting whatever the first part of the new Final Fantasy 7 remake trilogy was, some other stuff. But yeah, the main thing was people are losing their minds about the price. I haven't paid full price for a new generation game since they bumped up to 70. I'm of the mind that I'm going to get mine somehow, some way, but I'm just not paying 70. I'm going to wait till Black Friday. I'm going to use gift cards that I got for Christmas or my birthday. It's just...
spring sales on PSN.
Yeah, it's not that I can't afford it. It's just that it's a principle thing for me.
Principles involved in this thing.
Principalities.
Yeah. I'm just not doing it. It's like if I need it, I'll get it somehow, some way. But I'm just not paying the 70. I'm gonna get it. And there's another thing too. They have these. They got these Switch 2 editions of older Switch games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It's basically it's not a remaster. It's just that they're bumping the games up to like 4K, 60 frames or 120 frames a second, and you'll either pay, if you already got the game on Switch, you can just use the old Switch cart and pay $10 for the upgrade, or you can buy the new Switch 2 edition of it, but they're charging you, if you're just going to buy the new Switch 2 cart, it's like $70, or I think in some cases it might be $80, which is kind of ridiculous to me. And what I discovered was it's not a new Switch 2 cartridge. It's just an older Switch cartridge, and it doesn't even have like the full like 4K 120 frame per second version of it. It's like basically old Switch cartridge with a download code in the box. It's pretty much what I was reading. I'm just like, why don't you just give us the new cartridge with everything on it? Why do you still have to download something? Like, you give me a brand new box with brand new Switch 2 everything, just put it all in the cartridge. Why would I still have to download something? It doesn't make any sense.
Man.
Are their games going to be physical or digital?
Both. They're going to have physical and digital games, and it'll be backwards compatible, so you can play your old cartridges on the new system. But there are going to be some third-party games that have what's called a game key card, which is the weirdest part. Which it's going to be an empty cartridge, basically. Like, the cartridge won't have the game on it. You put the cart in your system, and you download the game to the cartridge. After that, it works like your regular cartridge. You can sell the game or put it in another system or whatever. I don't know why they would sell you an empty cartridge that you still have to download a game, all the game data into the cartridge. But yeah, they're calling them game keys or whatever. So I don't get it. They're doing some weird shit that's pissing off their customer base. Like I said, me, I'm gonna get mine. I'm not gonna lose my mind about this $80 stuff. Now, for families with, a lot of kids of age that want to, like, hey, mom, dad, I really want this game. That's going to be the group of people that are really pissed off, because they're going to have to run out there and get the game right away and spend that type of cash. So I understand that. Me, I don't need to have this shit right away. I can wait till things go on sale. I can collect my Best Buy rewards or whatever, wait till Black Friday. But I get it for families that have kids that are old enough to ask for games, and it's like, Mom, I gotta have it now. So I get being pissed off about this stuff.
Okay. Sounds like more money being spent and complications to simple things that were simple. So somebody like me who I tried to get into mobile gaming and all that, and it's just like when I'm out away from my system, like I'm listening to music or just enjoying the scenery. Like I don't, this is something that'll turn me off completely from even looking at getting a Switch. I'll just look at the old ones, since hopefully they'll get marked down, and just we'll live in the past there. I don't need all that for a portable game.
Like I said, I bought the Switch, the Smash Switch, when we was in the other place. I bought it way back when, and that's the last time I played it. I played whatever Zelda came out for the first Switch, whatever Zelda that was. I don't know. Something he was flying around, maybe. I can't remember. And that's it. I ain't touched the damn thing since. And I never used it portable. I've plugged it into my TV. I've never played the Switch portable. I've never used it sitting on my couch. It's not plugged into the TV. I didn't even want that anymore. I want Nintendo to make a regular console.
Yeah.
I don't need to be handheld. I want a console just so I can plug up to my TV and play it. Just by itself. I know you can do that with the damn Wii, but I want a powerful console that I can just plug up and just do what I do.
And give me the old games. I don't even need the new games. Just give me the old Nintendo games, which are already hard to find, or if you can't find them, they're not in good condition. Those cartridges were not made to last back then. All the stuff we did, and blow into them and rubbing alcohol, water, and slamming them through the consoles to get them to work. So, like, that's all really I would need. Like, I'm actually glad to hear all this, because I may just get a regular Switch. I anticipate that the price on those will drop, and I'll just live in the that library that they have, that virtual online library. So, all right.
I can't even look at my regular Switch now. Them games look crusty as hell.
So you're a big Switch user?
No, I haven't used my Switch in over a year. Like I got done with Tears of the Kingdom, and that was kind of rough to get through because that looked crusty. Because I mean, that was using that was just using assets from Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild was built for the Wii U. So I mean, like you using assets from, like, honestly, you using assets that were built for a system that came out in 2012. So I mean, that thing looked crusty. I mean, I love playing it, but when I first got my Switch, I did not think I was going to be using it handheld. I thought I was going to be like glued to the TV. I said, I'm never going to use this thing handheld. And I played Breath of the Wild for the first 7 hours in my basement. And then I would say since then, 99% of my Switch usage has been handheld, just because it's just the lifestyle that I lead now. Like my wife's a stay-at-home mom, so once I get home from work, I'm taking over. And by the time she hands the baton to me, it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we spend a little time together. And by the time I finally have time to myself, I don't want to be sitting in the basement at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, just starting to do some gaming. I'm tired. By then, all I want to do is catch up on some stupid YouTube videos. I might read a couple comics online. So if I do play some video games, it's easier for me to just stay upstairs on my couch with the Switch in my hand than going down to the basement and trying to be glued to my TV for a couple hours. It's easier to just open up the drawer and just pull out the Switch and clown around for a couple hours than going downstairs in the basement. It was just much easier. So that's why I've missed out on a lot of the big AAA games over the last couple of years, because it was just so much easier to do that. And then also just to take it to work with me. And when there's some downtime at work, especially a couple years ago when I first got promoted and I was at a really slow station, and whenever I had some downtime, I just pull out the drawer and just pick up where I left off. So.
Gotcha. All right, that was some good info for our Switch listeners that are invested in the Switch, and it's actually informed me what I might be doing. So next, have you guys been watching the Devil May Cry cartoon on Netflix?
I watched the first episode. I liked it. I didn't know about it until Jay mentioned it in our chat. So that's why I just watched it, and it was pretty good. Yeah, I like the game.
Right, and I actually watched 3 episodes, and I didn't hate it either. I thought it was okay, but it's just getting started for me. So I was a big fan of those games back in the day. Before I was telling a guy at my job. Before it was Kratos, it was Dante, you know what I mean? And he had some hit or miss games, but I was a big fan of the series. This one, the animation's pretty good. The challenge, I think this is the second or third attempt at a Devil May Cry cartoon or animated series or whatever you want to call it. I think the whole challenge was, if you're going to do this, is like him interacting with the rest of the world. Because most of his movies, he's alone. He's not really talking to a lot of people. He's fighting demons and he's isolated to himself. And their interactions, the little bit of world building that they did first couple episodes was pretty good. I will see that through. But Netflix, They must have heard us talking about dropping them a couple of weeks ago. I guess this is where the $24 is going into, some pretty good original shows. Terrence, did you have a chance to take a look at the show?
No, but I like the start of your review. I didn't hate it. I might,
I'm always cautious. Always cautious.
yeah, I might check it out. It's just that from the trailers I saw, I just didn't like the animation style, but that's never really stopped me. I've watched some things with animation styles I didn't like, and as long as the story was tight. Like I started watching
Mm-hmm.
this Netflix show a couple weeks ago. It was an animated series called it was called Pantheon. It's about
Oh yeah.
people uploading their consciousness as AI. It was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, I'll get around to it eventually.
Okay. I just wanted to touch base on that. Like, I didn't have a lot. I was just curious at where you guys were with the show. Uh, but yeah, this is continuing the good year that we're having as far as TV shows. For me, there have been a lot of good TV shows, and this one is kind of carrying help carry through the year. I'm curious how this ends. Devil May Cry's lore, like I'm not as sharp on it as it was, and I really stopped playing. Was it Devil May Cry 4? I think that's when I stopped playing, and I know it's been like two more since then. And I downloaded one a year or two ago just because it was free. Um, so I have high hopes for that. Mike, you're gonna keep following, keep watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock it out. I mean, there's only what,
Okay.
8 episodes. I'm gonna
Yeah,
knock that
8.
out. And the first season of Solo Leveling. Go ahead and try to finish that. And
Mm-hmm.
episode, what did I make it to episode 4 of that? I don't know if I was just tired or it got boring that episode. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll pick it back up next week.
Okay.
All I do at work is just I got time to watch stuff at work. Like, I can't watch it at home, but at work I'm gonna watch.
Gotcha. All right. Daredevil is I think that's about to come to an end. Either next week or well, say episode 8. I don't recall how many episodes it's going to have for that season. But have you guys been keeping up?
I have.
Did you watch the last 2?
Yeah, I'm current. It's pretty good.
Okay. So I'm struggling with figuring out what the complaints are coming from. Like normally, like complaints, I can usually see like people have a problem with this or this interpretation or whatever. I don't see anything wrong with the show right now. Like, and that's like the main thing that's on my mind. Unfortunately, when I'm watching it, like to me, it's keeping the same vibe, and he's finally put the Daredevil costume back on these last couple episodes, and that's only helped. But how do you guys feel about what you've been seeing up to this point?
Like I said, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't mind some more Daredevil before, but it's been a good show either way. I just think people in general just nowadays just haters. That's it. The internet is just haters. The comment section is just haters, and to hate Marvel is especially cool now. It makes you the cool kid to hate on Marvel and Disney. It could be the best product in the world, but if it's Marvel and Disney, they're just going to hate on it. It doesn't even matter anymore. Uh, so that's where I'm at with that. But I enjoyed it. The story, the the choreography. I'm sorry. I do. I just think it's a good show.
Yeah, I think what Mike said, people are conditioned to just hate on anything Marvel and especially Disney Plus now. Um, if if it was a couple years ago and it was still on Netflix, people would be praising the hell out of it. But
Mm-hmm.
because of the fact that it's Disney Plus and we're a few years removed from the heyday of Phase 3, everything is it's Disney Plus, it's shit. MCU is trash. So it is what it is. Nobody's just looking at nobody's looking at nobody's just taking account of what it actually is and just judging it on its own merits. And I think if you were to go back and look at the first 3 seasons and then go right into this, I think you would see that the quality is on par. It's different because you've got some different characters in there, but the quality is it's on par. And there's not much to complain about. I mean, I could pick some things apart, but you'd probably find some of the same things that you could pick at with the first 3 seasons. Like I got one nitpick, like the fact that his girlfriend just happens to be the therapist for his 2 main villains this season. Like, just coincidentally, she just happens to be the Kingpin's and Muse's therapist. But, there's all types of stupid coincidences throughout the other seasons too. So I could find those kind of nitpicks and all types of stuff that I really like. So I can forgive that. But yeah, I think it's really quite a strong season, and I think Disney I think they really let these creators off the leash, so to speak, because it's definitely more over the top than Netflix was. It's definitely a lot more violent, and I think in previous episodes, there's the language was a lot harsher too.
I think so as well. Like you said, I think maybe Disney, they feel they can prove that we can do this too, and it's like they're kind of overachieving in parts. Because like I said, the language is there, and when he broke that guy's leg, I was like, oh damn, I didn't expect that. But the quality is definitely there. People are just in this hating mode. The comment section makes you want to call Thanos on any post. You just call him, just have him come get him. I'm tired. It's definitely. Are you not watching it, Q?
No, I'm watching it. I'm definitely watching it, and it's been seamless. To you guys' point, if somebody didn't tell you what network it was on, you would still say, "Oh, this is a Netflix show." It's been one of their better shows. I think that's. I don't think it's close, especially if you just talk about the Marvel shows. Excuse me. But I had no issue. Like I hope I don't know how many seasons they're going to do with Charlie Cox. I hope he stays around for a while. He's doing a good job, and I look forward to those episodes every week. So I was just saying if anybody else had any of you guys had any issues with the shows, because I saw them hearing is how the viewership is down, and if you're not watching this show, then you're missing a good show. That's what I'll say about that. Like you're missing one of their better shows.
Quit being a hater.
In that same realm, Finn, the actor who played Iron Fist, wants to come back, and he's sounded. The last quote from him, he's a little tired of you guys' shit, with killing him over that first season, which was deserved. It wasn't a good season, but if you were patient and watched the second season, Jay says that second season was bad too, but I disagree with that. Second season, like it's night and day. Now, if you went in there with the same bad feelings about the first season into the second season, then you're not gonna give it a chance. Second season, besides that goofy last scene where he had he was shooting iron fist bullets or whatever out of his gun, like something weird at the end. I don't even remember the whole thing, but I think people forget Misty was in there with what was his girlfriend's name, who was she was one of the highlights of the show, and I cannot remember. Yes, Yes, she was a highlight. I'm sad she's not on any Marvel TV right now, but she was great in both seasons actually. Um, so I like. What do you guys feel about Finn coming back? Are you just done? You want to see somebody else?
See,
I didn't finish the second season because I was so disappointed with Defenders, and you know what? When he popped up in Luke Cage season 2, right? Okay, so that was a good guest appearance. Like
That he did.
like
It was.
that was a good guest appearance. That was like a good rehabilitation for his character. So I was like, all right, I'm ready to give him a second chance. And then I watched the first episode of season 2, and I was like, okay, there's some improvement, but I just didn't care enough to continue. I don't know what was going on in my life then. I just didn't care enough. But at that point, I was kind of done. I was kind of done with the whole Netflix thing by then. So it wasn't just him because I didn't watch any of Jessica Jones season 3 either. I didn't like the way season 2 of Jessica Jones ended. I didn't like her stupid best friend and all that shit.
Me neither.
So that was disappointing. So I didn't like the way that whole Netflix experiment went by the end. I was disappointed that they canceled Luke Cage because that ended on a great cliffhanger. So I was kind of done with Netflix at that point. So I just never cared to see how they finished developing him. So yeah, maybe he deserved a chance. I don't know, but I was just kind of done with him. So I would have to leave it to you guys to see if I should go back and see how well they rehabilitated his character. But I did like his guest appearance in that second season of Luke Cage. I said, yeah, he's definitely less annoying than he was in that first season. I am the immortal Iron Fist. I'm the son of the dragon, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, bro, let it go.
So you're absolutely right. You hit on all the points because that guest appearance on Luke Cage was really good. You got some Heroes for Hire type action. He was just better. I think when you're comparing him with Daredevil, so that to me that's the comp with the Netflix shows. Daredevil had the benefit, the actor, the character of having a mask, stunt doubles and everything. He had to do everything kind of himself. The dialogue was really bad. I don't know who was writing the first season of Iron Fist. It was bad. But there was improvement. I was disappointed in Defenders as well. I can't remember his part in that show. That show is largely forgettable for me. Except for the intro music. I love the intro music. But maybe I'll watch that. I'm actually watching Luke Cage right now. And like that whole season is just a vibe. Like, you talk about Luke Cage season 2. I need to watch that because the only thing I remember is that he took over Harlem. And I was like, I don't remember how he got to that point. I know he's fighting Bushman or Bushwhacker, or whoever that was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bushmaster. Yeah, there you go. He was fighting him and I can't remember anything other than that.
She was bad.
Mariah's daughter?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. So let me get through Luke Cage. Like I'm about to get through the slow part now when he got shot, and like it took him like 3 episodes to get the bullet out, and they took a field trip to the south, and that was probably the slow part, especially after Cottonmouth died. Like that was tragic. But I'm with you with once they said all this was canceled, it was just like there's no point in watching this. I still didn't watch Punisher season 2. I watched Jessica Jones season 2. That one of the most depressing seasons like ever. Like everybody left her. Like everything was fucked up. Like it was just bad. Didn't touch season 3. But by then, like the writing was on the wall. And it's a shame. They had some good people in place, actors and some story, especially Luke Cage. Because Claire was becoming so annoying. Rosario Dawson's, like I just remember the last thing he said. They're like, "Yo, man, Claire's out there. She want to talk to you." said, "Tell Claire to go home." Like I'm not. Like I don't want to hear it. Like I'm doing something right now, and I hope they can get all of them back, especially Luke. Like I wanted some kind of finality with his story in Harlem. Um, as far as Finn goes, you know, I'm sounding like one of his staunchest defenders, but like I don't know if you can blame an actor. Like when you say an actor did a bad job, what the actor is only part of it. Like what about the writing? What about the action sequences and everything? It's just you know, he can only do what you know he's told to do. He's not like De Niro or Tom Hanks or Denzel where they're like, oh, I'm just going to change the whatever and make it work. Some actors have that cachet where they can do that. Like it's the guy from Game of Thrones playing Iron Fist. So whatever. Like I feel his frustration, but it's in the end, it's not really that important, I guess. Best of luck to Finn, though.
I say give him a shot. Just why not? Give him one more shot and move on. You can't, like you said, you can't blame him. He didn't write the damn stuff.
Right. What else we got here? So Val Kilmer passed away. I was about to say Val Venus. Val Kilmer passed away. I think last week or early this week. It's funny. I was looking back at some of Val's movies, and it's like he's never really brought up for like greatest actors or whatever. But his movies are really good. What's that movie? Top Secret. He was funny in that. He's Batman Forever. I don't blame him for Batman Forever. I blame Jim Carrey and Tommy. What's the old guy? Tommy. I blame Tommy Lee Jones for that movie. I thought he was a decent Batman. Heat. Tombstone. What's the other one? But what favorite Val Kilmer movies and like memories? What do you guys got for Val?
Tombstone and Real Genius, but Tombstone all day is my favorite one. Doc Holliday stole that show. It's a shame that he didn't win no award for that because I ain't gonna say that's the main reason I watch it, but it's the main reason I watch it. It really is. He every scene Doc Holliday is in, he steals. He really does. He makes that movie. It's 3 hours, and you're looking for Holliday to get on the screen. So that and Real Genius is probably the first movie I saw him in when he was in college. Was he like the grad student or something, helping the little kid prodigy or something like that? But
something like that.
That's the only two movies. That's the only two. Those are the first two that pop in my mind when I think of Val Kilmer. Batman was what it was, but those are the first two pop in my mind.
What about you, Terrence?
Yeah, I'm along similar lines. Tombstone, Heat, Ghost in the Darkness.
That was great. Mm-hmm. That's another good one. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Like his name never really comes up. I could probably ask you before he passed away, top 10 actors, and he probably won't make it. But like a lot of his movies and roles, like are near the top of a lot of people's list. And Ghost in the Darkness was good. Really good movie. Forgot all about that one. That's one of my favorites there with Michael Douglas.
Yeah, I remember renting that from West Coast Video back in the day.
Man, West Coast Video on us. West Coast Video. I remember the curtain for the other movies in the back. Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wandered back there by accident. I was like, get from back there. What's back here? Yeah. But he was battling Top Gun, Iceman, and that was another good role for him. Heat. They show. I knew this, but I saw a video this week. They show his video to, I don't know what branch in the military, some kind of training exercise on how to reload. I don't know what weapon that was, and apparently the way he reloaded the weapon and started firing again was textbook. And the trainers they're saying that 95% of you won't be able to reload and get this gun back in action better than what this actor did here in this scene. So he's definitely left his footprints, fingerprints all over Hollywood, and he was battling cancer. So Val will be missed. I'm with you, Mike. Like Tombstone, I can watch Tombstone. As soon as Tombstone ends, I can put it right back on because of Val. And I'm a big Kurt Russell fan. I remember my wife said Kurt Russell is nothing but a B-side Patrick Swayze. We almost got into an argument. I was like, oh my God. And I like Patrick Swayze. And I like Patrick. Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? Kurt Russell.
What does that even mean?
It's I guess she didn't. I don't think they did similar roles, but thinking about it, maybe they did. But she's like Patrick Swayze is a better actor than Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell,
oh, wow.
I don't agree with that. And I like Patrick Swayze. Please don't get me wrong. I love Patrick Swayze, but I like Kurt Russell more. I like Big Trouble in Little China. I like Thing. I like it's too what's Overboard with Goldie Hawn. I fuck with Kurt. Even when he went through this phase when he was like this nerdy, geeky guy, what's the one when his wife gets kidnapped by the trucker and Unlawful Entry, Ray Liotta was smacking him around, and what's the other one? Steven Seagal. He was almost the same guy in each one, but just in different movies. He went to this whole weakling wimp guy in the early 90s, mid 90s, and it was weird. It was weird to see. He was Snake Plissken. He was a tough guy in the 80s, and then he just switched it up. It was just weird. But yeah, definitely Tombstone. I was wondering how we got there. Kurt Russell, but yeah, Val will be missed, and his movies definitely, and the roles that he played were always memorable. So, rest in peace to Kilmer. Mike, you had some. You wanted to speak about Moon Girl.
I don't have too much to say about it. Just to celebrate it a little bit. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. This is their 10th anniversary of that book. My daughter is a big fan. She watched all the episodes of both seasons, and she read all the comics. I buy them for her every time it's a new comic. She read the whole series. She's and she picked it up on her own. My wife actually just bought one from a book fair, and it was just sitting on the bookshelf. We didn't know she had read it. We didn't know we didn't even give it to her. She just saw it and she read it. So I just think she saw a little girl with Afro puffs, and she read the damn book, and she's in love with it. So 10 years later, I think she was 7 or 8 when that happened. She's 16 now, but the series itself is just hit 10 years old, and I think that was just something to point out in general. Just like this weekend, I went to the bookstore on Wednesday. I picked up 4 books, and 4 books had 4 black women on it, and that was just amazing to me. On the cover, I picked up the new Green Lantern Absolute, the new Ironheart, the 10th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Picked up that Bitterroot from Image, and I've been in comics almost over 30 years, and I've never done that before, not at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was just something worth mentioning.
Oh, you're right. I did not read Moon Girl, but my daughters picked up on the cartoon. Mm-hmm. And I loved the first season. Second season was okay. Sad that they canceled it, and they just do these Moon Girl shorts or whatever. They're a minute, 2 minutes long. But it was a good cartoon. And that was worth mentioning. So appreciate that, and pretty sure the viewers will appreciate that as well. Let me ask you guys something. Did you watch the new Superman footage for the trailer with more crypto? What did you think, Terrence?
I actually liked it, and it kind of reminded me of All Star Superman. It kind of it reminded me of it felt like it was kind of taken from like a Grant Morrison comic, injecting some of that Silver Age into it, and I know that kind of pissed off people. I know it. I know it pissed off the right people. It pissed off the people that I want to be pissed off. The people that probably don't read comics.
The loudest people in the group that don't read comics.
I know some people that instantly went trash, and I was just like, these are people that don't read comic books. Because I was like, this is the kind of stuff that someone who's read Superman comics would put into a movie. This is someone who likes comics, loves Superman, and is actually injecting that love into this movie. And the people that are instantly rejecting this are people who all they want to see is punch, blow up buildings, punch somebody from the moon to the sun. And I instantly loved it. Because as soon as I saw when I saw Crypto jumping on top of Superman, I'm like, yeah. If I had a dog and I was laying there like in pain, the first thing my dog would do would just be jumping on top of me, and I'd be like, yo, bro, I'm hurting right now. Can you stop for a second? And then when I saw the robots in the Fortress of Solitude, I was like, yeah, he's definitely injecting this with some some Silver Age old timey stuff, and I was like, yeah, these are definitely people that have a love of old school DC stuff. You know, they're not just trying to do they're not just trying to do the cool punch. Let's see how many buildings we can explode type of shit. It's like, I can appreciate that, before, Snyder people jump on me. I can appreciate that stuff, but, I just like seeing the love of all eras of comic book lore. So I liked it.
Okay. Now, I did not have a problem with the trailer. I actually was wondering why they showed more of the same scene. Like, this movie's coming out, what, 2 months? Is it June, July?
July.
So it's got a little more time.
Apart from, or maybe the same, it's either a week apart, like the same day as Fantastic Four.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I saw a lot of hate as well. And I'm just looking forward to checking this out. That and Fantastic Four are on my radar for sure. Speaking of, well, before we get to that, the Naked Gun trailer with Liam Neeson. Did you guys watch the old Naked Gun movies?
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So the first movie is probably one of the funniest movies I've ever fucking watched. Like, it was with Leslie Nielsen. That one was funny. The other two, they were okay. They weren't terrible, but it's one of those movie franchises where the best movie was definitely the first one, and it couldn't be topped by anything that came after it. But we're gonna talk about this trailer with Liam Neeson. What did you guys think watching the trailer?
I'm gonna watch it. My wife and my sister-in-law have already made plans to go see it when it comes out. Yeah, so I'm gonna see it. I'm interested in it. I'm kind of happy for him because he always does action movies, and this is something different for him. So I'm ready.
Gotcha. Terrence, you had a different look on your face. What you got to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll catch this one when it comes out on streaming.
You're not big on Liam or the series in general?
I love Liam, but I think comedy remakes are tough, and I don't think you can. It's it's really hard to capture the magic of something that was done so well the first time. And I mean,
Hmm.
uh, Leslie Nielsen was just a one of a kind, and I think
Hmm.
seeing this, I'm just going to be thinking about how well Leslie Nielsen did it back in the
Right.
day. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna spend money to see it. I know that.
Okay. Well, maybe a trailer will change your mind, or maybe it'll further cement your plan to avoid it. So we'll see. Did they say when that was coming out?
Sometime in August, I think August 1st.
Oh, that's never a good sign either. This is the first when they drop trailers right before the movie comes out without warning. We'll see. We'll see. If it's in August, I don't think that month will be busy, but we'll see. All right, so let's get to what we got here to talk about, which is the Avengers Doomsday. Um, so there was a what was it, live streaming last week, and the streaming consisted of all the actors that will be in this movie. Um, the one thing that I hear from people who have watched it, and one of the things I've mentioned a while ago is like, where's the build up for this? So if I feel like this is the build up will probably happen, something will be the catalyst in the Fantastic Four movie, and maybe the the Doomsday. I'm not crazy about that name either, but the Doomsday movie is actually the build up to Secret Wars movie and whatever happened in that one. Um, Guys, what are your thoughts on what you saw? That what might be? What are your thoughts on the whole movie in general?
Uh, Not excited.
Hmm.
Not even a little bit.
Why? Why?
A couple reasons. I'm not excited to see RDJ as Doom. I think if you're going to do
Mm-hmm.
Doom, do Doom. Don't do this
Mm-hmm.
doppelganger bullshit. Just give us a real Doom. Doom
Mm-hmm.
deserves to be Doom. I don't need this and then come up later on with a real. No, just do Doom. He's
Mm-hmm.
earned it. He's a good enough villain to be a big bad for a couple movies. I just don't want it. I don't want this moment where Peter Parker sees Tony Stark like, I don't want any of that bullshit. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
want it. I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited about Cyclops and the X-Men coming. Maybe the X-Men just not Cyclops. I
Okay.
said this off panel to y'all, but we've only got one good Cyclops on screen to me, and that was from X-Men '97. The Fox Cyclops have not been good. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's what we're going to get. I think we're going to get more of the X-Men dissing on Cyclops. I'm not excited about this movie at all, really. Nothing about it is really keeping me like, oh God, I got to see it. So it is what it is.
Now, Terrence, what you got?
Somewhat along the lines of Mike. I'm not excited because, during the original three phases of the MCU, we had buildup. We saw Thanos at the end of the first Avengers movie, and then we had
Mm-hmm.
the Infinity Stones in their various forms, and Thanos sprinkled throughout. So we knew what we were building up to, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, Doom wasn't originally what we were building up to at all. At least not with this movie. We thought maybe we would get Doom with Secret Wars, but originally we know this was supposed to be a Kang movie, and then plans
Mm-hmm.
changed for reasons, and they said, "Oh, we're doing Doom." And we're getting RDJ back as Doom, and we do or we don't know that this is some type of Tony Stark, Victor Von Doom hybrid Doom. I still don't know what the hell's going on. So uh, I don't know. There's just no build up to it. It's just like, hey, Doom's here, but why is that supposed to? Why is that supposed to matter? He just comes out of nowhere in this movie, and I'm supposed to care. Like, and also, we don't even know who the Avengers are. At least, in the original three phases, we had a core group of Avengers, and they added more to that over the course of those movies. We have no Avengers right now, so you're gonna have this movie called Avengers Doomsday. We've had no Avengers throughout. I don't even know if you call these phases, whatever the hell we're in right now. So there's no Avengers. Doom comes out of nowhere, so like there's nothing for me to really like be excited about. There's no build up. Just like boom, here this is. There's nothing to anticipate. You're gonna throw together a bunch of characters who've never worked together before, and like I don't know. I don't know what to be excited about. And they're gonna be these might be versions of characters we've never met before too, because I've seen pictures of Cyclops in his like Jim Lee costume. So I'm like, this is a version of Cyclops I've never met before. So why am I supposed to be excited about the Cyclops coming back? This is not the Cyclops I know. And even if it was the Cyclops I knew, well, that Cyclops sucked because they never wrote him well. So what am I supposed to be excited about? You're bringing back characters that I never got to know that well, and you're giving me a different version of characters, and with so many characters being in here, you're not gonna give me enough time to get to really know anybody. You're just smashing together all these different toys and saying, "Hey, look, I'm giving you all your favorite toys. Isn't this gonna be cool?" It's like, no, I don't really know these characters. Why am I supposed to be excited? You're putting them all together. It's like with the first three phases, we really got to know all those characters, and seeing them play off of each other was cool. I don't know these characters, so seeing them play off of each other, no, it's not really that cool. So no, not really that excited. They got a lot of work to do to get me excited. It's going to take a hell of a trailer. I mean, this movie is going to have to be like 4 hours to make me.
I was about to ask you. Yeah, like you're going to need that much time to. Granted, we know some of these characters, but we don't know their place in this arc because there has been no build up. You had phase 4, and you're in 5 now, and there was no overall, I guess, roadmap. I guess you can say, even with Kang wasn't even really involved in that phase, and then you just swapped him out. So I'm thinking that the Fantastic Four movie might be what starts all of this. I mean, it has to be, and that'll be this year, Fantastic Four. So, would you be surprised if they got too excited for this movie? Like, if you saw something in Fantastic Four that would kind of ignite your excitement for the next 2 movies, I should say. Like, would you be surprised if that happened?
Hell yeah, I'd be surprised if they got me excited. I don't see them getting me excited. I just don't see it. There's nothing right now saying, "Ooh, go watch that movie." Yeah. I'm going to watch the movie. Don't make no mistake. But
right,
I'm going to see it. I'm just not excited.
Just not enough time, because if Fantastic Four movie is supposed to be all about Galactus, like all there's time for with Doctor Doom is a teaser, and their teasers have been terrible lately. So,
yeah. No, you're right about that.
There's just no time. You got Thunderbolts, you got Fantastic Four, and then next year is what you got. You got this. You got a Spider-Man movie, and like there's just no time. There's no time to do any type of build-up. So it's going to be like Doom, I'm here. What's up? And like they got no time to do anything to make me care. Like if they kill off a character or multiple characters in Doomsday, who like what type of emotional payoff is there going to be? Who could they kill off that I'm going to be like, oh my god, I'm shaking right now. Who could they kill off?
Right.
It's nobody.
Right. That's a good point. I'm holding out for hope here, even though it doesn't make sense. I agree with what you guys are saying. I think I know this is weird because I've not been happy with what's been going on with them for a couple of years, but this movie could either be one of their best movies ever or one of their biggest flops. Honestly, for the amount of money that's going to be poured into it, like they have to get that back. But the story just hasn't been set up at all. Maybe Doomsday is the setup movie for Secret Wars. Maybe that's the big payoff. So we'll see. But this is definitely not like what they've done before, where they've kind of had a roadmap that you knew what the plan was headed into an Avengers movie. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. And again, that whole movie, Doomsday, just might be the buildup, because I'm not a fan of doppelganger Tony Stark. It just seems like Robert Downey was just lurking. He was waiting for Kang to fail, and he's like, "Hey, I got an idea." I'll be Dr. Doom, and I don't know. It's just all too convenient. But we'll see. Like Mike said, I'm going to go see it. I'm not going to sit at home, man. I'm not going to go see that. But
oh yeah, I'll be there. Just excited. I'm not going to be in the theater clenching my fist like
Right. You don't foresee.
I'm not rooting for it to fail.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for it to fail. I hope it's good, but I'm not expecting it to be.
Gotcha. So we don't think it's going to be better than Infinity War. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, that clears the docket. Did you guys have anything else? Are you guys reading anything right now? Watching anything?
Not really. Just my usuals. X-Men. I'm about to start them and reading. And like we said off Devil May Cry, I'm trying to check some stuff out. I had a question for y'all though, because y'all keep up with the mainstream stuff. When did OG Nick Fury come back?
Oof. I don't read any comics that have him in it.
Me neither.
I don't know. That's like a Sean question. I don't know. Whose comic is he in?
He's got one, Nick Fury and Fing Fang Foom, and he's on a couple other covers I've seen in the shop. I'm like, when did he come back?
I haven't even seen the Black Nick Fury in anything, to tell you the truth.
I haven't seen him.
That's true.
Man.
That's true. And the only thing, I finally caught up with Batman, which actually, that series, I know they're restarting that in the fall. It was actually pretty good. But now I'm going to try to catch up with Thor. Thor, Avengers, and Justice League Unlimited. But I see there's another Green Lantern magazine that they launched recently, so I'm add that to the pool list too. But besides Luke Cage and rewatching that and reading comics, that's all really it's been on my radar right now. I did pick up Assassin's Creed. I didn't play it yet, but man, it hurt. Yeah, it hurt when I hit that button, and that shit said 82, 85. I was like, this shit's just 79. Yeah, the tax
Like
was
a
crazy.
deluxe, like a deluxe edition.
Yeah, I went back and checked. I'm like, I bought a regular one.
Oh man.
Yeah, I want to get that too, just for the haters.
Me too, but I don't want to.
He said, I'm gonna hate during Black Friday. Yeah.
I'm gonna go at the haters when that discount comes.
Yeah,
because I know Ubisoft they don't wait long to put games on sale.
They don't. You are absolutely right about that.
That game will be on sale by May or June.
Yeah, you can call their bluff and they'll cave. They will cave. Yeah. Good point there. Good point.
I'll go with the haters then.
All right. If that's all we got, we'll wrap it up. This was a good show. Guys, once again, if you weren't subscribe and recommend us to all other multiverse pop culture lovers that you may know. And with that, we'll sign off, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.